Good afternoon. Today is the 40th of July and this is part 6 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 BMC Leyland show at British Motor Museum here at Gaydon in Warwickshire. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information, but this happened a lot so far. For the wind noise, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements or people, I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So 1975 to 1976 Morris Marina, quite a nice one. This is the Marina Owners Club. Might see some metalls as well. That's quite a high spec, isn't it? Look at the interior of this. Madness.
But meanwhile, that's lovely to see.
Very nice.
Lots of nice original plates here. Whereas a lot of people put new plates
got the,
black and white and they look awful.
The HL 1.8. Then we've got the Series 3 1.7 HL 78 79 on a T. One that I drove about sort of 18 months ago was a Series 3 79 Coupe 1.3, and then we've got Series 2 Estate 77 78 on an S 1.3 Deluxe. Yeah, that is the chap who knows about the number plates over there. We'll still be interview with him on Mr. Hunter's channel, Jeff Buys Cars. I'm aware of who he is. We've got some pickup here. Look at all this sort of lettering on here. I bet that took a long time to do. I wonder if this is I guess kind of 2 litre or something. Quite fast. It's a rev counter in it. Again, 78 79. Very early, lovely Marina Coupe here. 1.8 TC 71 72. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? If it is, I approve. You've even got some fake wood there, so very nice. That looks superb, that one, doesn't it? So we had a conversation on the plates just then. The gentleman's car is over there somewhere, so we'll get to it. We'll have a look at the books. So there we go. Marina GT. Did they make a Marina GT? I don't think they did they? Oh, it's got a 5-speed gearbox in it as well. Interesting. I wonder if that's got a different engine in it. Yeah, 75 76. 1977, 1978. Again, a Series 2. Registered 77. Damask red. Only 51,500 miles. That's rather nice, isn't it, viewers? I've always thought the estates are quite handsome with these. Yeah. Interesting sort of Allegro type wheel in there. And then we've got on a Tal. 81, 82 on an X. I don't think this is Vermilion, or is it Vermilion? I don't know. Paint's a bit faded, so it could be. And then we've got a late Marina pickup. Oh, it's for sale. 07973 984 790. This could be yours. Probably a 1.3, I would have thought. 575 might actually tell you. I wouldn't be able to. I'm not that much of an expert. Okay, we go on to this very nice early coupe, 1.3 lime flower. Yeah, the early interior with the radio that actually points not towards driver or passenger. The later ones, the radio points towards the passenger, which I always thought was a very strange idea. Yeah, 71 72 on a K. Another Marina coupe here. They did make them all the way to the Series 3 because I've driven one. Again, you see the radio points over there. You can't see it when you're driving. It's a very strange ergonomic choice, isn't it? 1.8 Super and a Tal. I do like a Tals. This is 1.3 HLS, 82, 83 on a Y. Rev counter and all sorts of things. I would like to have a go in a Tal actually. They have got one of the British Car Journey, but you can't drive it, which is a shame. And then late Marina. This one was registered a bit later than most of them. There is an information sheet somewhere about this. I've seen this car before. I think it was going to go for export, but it never did. I think that's the story behind it anyway. It's just a 1.3L. Another early one here, 73 74 1.8 Super. We'll have the sort of fancy grille on it. Yeah, fancy grille. And yes, just as I said, this one I think is a very late Series 2 as opposed to a Series 3. Series 3s are a bit different. So this would be like a 78. I don't know what E stands for. Economy, I don't know. Probably not very economical putting a vinyl roof on it. Marina Special. Maybe like a run-out model or something. 1.3 Super, 1977-78 on an S. That is good, isn't it? Paint's a bit flat, but not very rusty or anything. And we've got some Allegros. Oh, Allegro for sale. That's tempting, viewers. 07462 332 434. Excellent. I wonder how much the gentleman wants for this, or lady. Yeah. This one's probably 1.3, isn't it? It is the 1300 Super, 78-79. Contrast with this Series 3 Allegro here. 1.3 HL, 80-81 on a W. I've tried 2 Allegros and a Van der Pla 1500 actually. I quite like them, they're quite nice to drive. Then we've got this fancy Allegro Series 3 with vinyl roof and the quad headlamps. That is a 1.3L, sorry, HL, and next to it is a 1.3L, this very sort of typical chocolate brown of the time. But it does look actually rather tasty on those wheels as well. They're both on W plates, so 80-81. Surprised there aren't more of them here actually. That's a very pretty Marina, isn't it? 77-78 on an S. We've got luxury, we've got fake wood and everything. It's a 1.8 Special. And then we've got this van that's based on the old Austin A55 Cambridge, but they kept this van both with Austin and Morris badges. I always forget what they called these, in production until 1973. What that one is in terms of the age, I'm not sure actually. But we got some Range Rovers. Now we have to skip most of the Range Rovers because we can't talk about them, but this one we can. This is a late V8 autobiography P38A model. 2001 to 2002. The very, very first L3G2s came out on a 51 plate, registered in early 2002, about the same time as MGTF. This one is a very, very early P38. It's actually registered in 1994, and CVC says it's one of like the prototype ones used by the police. Probably either a 4 litre or 4.6 litre automatic. So I'll check the information sheet, that might actually tell me, so I don't have to waddle in ignorance forever, which I do most of the time. There we go, yeah. Very early production one. Used in central London. And then this one as well, this one is also a petrol. It's 1998. Oh, but it's got a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. The most agreeable specification, that dark blue as well. Right, we'll move on to the classic Range Rovers here. Hopefully we've got some nice petrol ones. Yes, this was 1985, this one. Very early one with the kind of later mirrors. And then we've got one here, I think this is like an early Vogue or something. No leather interior.
And then you could grab hold of the bar with a pair of pliers and pull it back and then get it open. So it was about 3.5-4 hours worth of party ride in the Beast Range Rover on Monday.
It's 3.5
And the thing slipped and
V8 VI. So 3.5 V8 EFI, excellent. Camel Trophy or Camel Trophy replica car here. 1987 Camel Trophy specification. Very good. Then 1988-89 on an F. Again, a 3.5 V8 Vogue. Very good. I have actually driven a classic Range Rover. I drove one when I was 17, but no, sorry, 16. I was a private land. I drove it. That's a long story. 1981-82 Range Rover 3-door. 4 doors didn't really come until a little bit later than that. Range Rover by Vogue. Ooh, yes, excellent. Then another classic one here. 76-77 on an R. Very, very long gear lever in these. Smells good. Maybe that's just been restored or something. I don't know. supplied by Lex of Cheltenham. Another early one here. A very early sort of Suffolk A's, which were introduced in 1970, but this is oh yes, this is one of those. Oh, it's YVB, yeah, very early one. Superb. Nice to see something like that. It's probably worth like £5 million or something. Maybe not as much as that. Triumph GT6, 1970 to 71, Mark III I think this is, with the camback tail. 67, 68 Herald convertible. Is that just like a 1200 or 1250? It's not a 1360 because it has a different front end. 1976, 77 Triumph Stag. Quite late for one of these. Triumph 2.5 PI, 1968, 69 on a G. Be a late one for that. Triumph TR8, 1979 to 1980. Ah yes, Triumph TR7 Sprint. These were made for a limited production run just before the Speak factory closed, which was about 1978 I think it was, these. With the Dolomite Sprint engine. They didn't make many of these at all. Sorry, 77, sorry. Yeah, it was a very good idea, but for some reason they decided not to continue production of the Sprints once the Speak factory closed. Very, very early TR7 this one. This will be like an American spec one, 50th birthday, yeah. I think they were introduced in like late 74 or something in America. Didn't get them until a bit later in this country. Another TR7, 77, 76. Another TR7 Sprint, which I think they're all 78s, aren't they? This one is standard 2.8 Capri. Interesting. Does that mean you get better brakes? Because the 2.8 Capri brakes aren't the best. I've driven one of those. Yeah, there we go, TR7 Sprint. 1980, 1981, this one of the last Canley built cars, because the boot lock is actually different on the Solihull built ones. This one is interesting, the boot is different on it, 77, 78. Oh no, it isn't, it's a standard one. There we go, there's his example with the later boot lock, which would be a Solihull built one, 1980, 1981. Which is very much the same as the blue car next to it. Yeah, 80 to 81, registered into 82, obviously a lot of the TR7s and TR8s. There are plenty left over when the factory closed. Triumph TR7 V8, these were generally made for competition purposes really, until the TR8s came along. I think like 79, 80 the TR8s came along. This is much earlier than that, this is a sort of 76, 77, 1980 to 1981. Still with the old boot lock though. Awesome plate on that, TR. 1982, 83, I said you could buy one of these into 82 because they had some left over. Triumph 2500 Mark II. Don't know what year that would be, it's on a personal plate. And then we've got another TR7 Sprint, which is, we've seen from that sheet, or menu registered in 1977. Right, next section. Lovely Rover 800 Coupe. Tasty cars these. I'd really like to have a go in one. I've never been offered one though, unfortunately. This one's a Sterling. 1997, 1998. Would have the 2.5 KV6 in it probably. Maybe a 2 litre, I'm not sure. Another very late 800 here. Doubly plates, one of the very last registered in 2000 this will be, although production finished in I think early 99. Right, skip that one viewers and find another very, very nice 800 Coupe. Yes please. Go on the personal plate, that one's a Vitesse. just like the one next to it, which is 1998-1999 Vitesse, probably with the 2-litre T-Series turbo in it. Oh, and a beige leather interior with wooden piping. Very, very tasteful, viewers. Very, very nice. And then we've got Dan's Vitesse Sport here. I always thought it was a 95, but he's put it down as a 94. There we go, 95. That's why I call it 95, because it's back to date registration. This is a nice car, viewers. Actually, it's very, very nice condition. Dan's one. He's got full of merchandise here as well, all sorts of things. And oh yes, don't forget to come to the Post Abingdon Weekender in August, 3rd to 4th of August, which is at Taunton Railway Station in the Cotswolds and at Pistol Club in Stratford. Thank you, sir.
You should know this car. You've driven it.
Yes, I do, sir. I do very well. And then we've got Sterling here. Sterling is my kind of thing, viewers. We just hope we like beige leather interiors, viewers. 825 Sterling, 1996, registered 1997. And we've got I think another Sterling here actually. 1907, 1998 registration. And the 820 Turbo Tickford, which the gentleman was telling me about earlier. 91-92 plate. Yeah, 820 Turbo by Tickford, hence the little logo there on the valve cover, which is nice. Oh, viewers, that's better. Yes, please. Dark green with beige leather interior. 1993, a Rover 2.7 litre Sterling, 827 Sterling. Oh yes, please, viewers. Dream specification has arrived. Very nice condition too. And we've got a Riley Elf Mark II. Imagine it's sort of, gosh, the Mark III's came in 67, so it'll be a bit before that. Thank you. 1990, 1991 Mini Cooper would be a Mark, let's get this right, 6, I think. One of the first of the Revived series. And here is a Mark III Cooper. I did make them in Mark III. And in fact, here is one. People always forget about that. I think the 1225 GT replaced it. It did eventually, but I think the Coopers were made until 1971. And we've got what was that? Our 160 pre-facelift from the Netherlands. That's interesting. Trophy blue. And then a couple of TS, both left-hand drive. These are a lot fancier than the UK ones. Look, we've both got beige leather interiors with wood. Why do they get beige leather interiors with wood in the Netherlands and you hardly ever see them with that specification in this country? Who knows? But yeah, here's an example for my lady wife who's asking me whether they made MGFs and TFs for the continent. Well, here we are, 2 of them, which is good, isn't it? There's the evidence that she needs. Right, Austin Nash Metropolitan Club. Interesting, yes, we did make them in this country for a time, but mainly for the American market, but we did get some over here. Crazy little things, absolutely insane cars. Engineered in Britain and built in Britain, but exported to America mostly. Don't ask me to sort of tell me the difference between all the different types. There's loads of different models of these actually, but yeah, we'll just keep going because I don't know much about them. Austin A40 pickup. 1950, we saw another one of these, didn't we? Is this an A40 like... Oh, I always get the Devons and Dorsets mixed up. It's probably one of those, isn't it? It's one of the two. Let's have a look at the back of the Metropolitan before we leave, because you can see where the spare wheel goes. There we go. Right, and then an Austin A90 Atlantic. Again, a car that Austin made primarily for export to the United States of America, but failed really badly. It's a shame because they are just extremely nice looking cars, very handsome, very well engineered, but just too expensive and a bit slow for the Americans, unfortunately. That's a 51. This is Austin 16. I don't know exactly what year that would be. I'm not too up on cars like this. Is this an A70 or something like that? I imagine it probably is. Yeah, sort of late 40s, early 50s Austin.
53.
Thank you very much. 53. Like this one here. We're getting back in A70. Probably about the same era as that one. A55 Mark II Cambridge. I don't know why this isn't in the section with all the others, because there's a big section of them we've covered in one of the previous parts, isn't there? But that's, yeah, an A55 Mark II. It won't be later than 1961. Standard Vanguard Estate, whatever they call it. Maybe was it a companion they call these? I can't remember now. No, just estate car, 1952. Phase 1A. And then we've got a couple of later Vanguards here. Vanguard 6, which is I think the same engine as the Triumph 2000, this particular one. It might have been a slightly different one, I forget now. They're quite pretty cars, these, actually. It's a shame that these are one amongst the last standard cars made. They just amalgamated really the range into Triumph in '63. But yeah, they're quite handsome, actually. And then a couple of other really old cars here. Again, I don't know much about them, so we'll have to sort of skip through them quickly. Yeah, that's sort of standards from the 30s. Another standard from the 30s. 34 with that replica tax disc. 1957 standard companion. Now, I was right, but companion was the estate version of the 10. The engine was later used in the Triumph Herald, which sort of replaced the 8 and the 10. And we've got standard Vanguard Vignale estate. So those early ones were sort of the Vanguard Vignale 59. This one. Look at that dashboard. It could be anything other than the 1950s, could it? Not at all. If it's a really basic one where the boot doesn't open or something. Standard 8, it might be. Very early ones, the boot does not open. Oh my gosh, it's absolute decadent luxury. It's one of the later ones with the opening boot. Brilliant. Triumph Stag. Mark II automatic. 1975, 1976. Two more Mark II Stags, both 73, 74. Let's have a look and see which one's automatic, which one's a manual. That's a manual. That's a manual. I think the gearbox actually was derived from the one used in the Triumph TR2. A couple more here. Both I think Mark II's. 74, 75, 73, 74. Let's go through here. They are quite nice to drive, these, actually. I've driven an automatic one and it was pretty easy. But if anything, it's too easy. The steering is extremely light in these. And actually there's not a lot of road feel particularly. But that's the sort of way that the Americans liked their cars back in the day, and the Stag was primarily designed for that, so there we go. Yeah, another 73, 74 one, this one. Then 75, 76 on a P. This is right on the edge. I think that's actually a Mark 1. I can tell immediately by the interior lights. Yeah, 75, 76. Manual. Mark 1. 72, 73. Automatic. Quite late Mark II, this one, actually. This is a 76, 77. The last year was 77. I have seen some on S plates. And then these two here, this one is a 74, 75 on the right, 75, 76 on the left, both Mark IIs. Manual and manual. Sort of like 50-50 with the Stags, whether they're automatic or manual. So Triumph Herald Saloon, 1964. Is this a 1200 or is this one of the 948s, I wonder? Is it 1200? Then we've got one of the facelifted 2000 estates, 1972, 1973. Very, very nice early Dolomite Sprint. I think they came out about 72, 73, the Sprints. This will be one of the first. It's on an L. Very, very nice. I forget the name of this colour. Is it mimosa yellow? I always forget. Yeah, correct wheels, correct roof. Excellent. 1980 to 1981 Triumph. Sorry, 81, 82 registration, but built before the Canley factory closed in 1980 because the boot lock is still the Canley boot lock as opposed to the Solihull boot lock. 1977 Dolomite 1500 HL. 16,300 miles. A popular upgrade for the 1850 and 1500 HLs is to put sprint alloy wheels on them, and they do look very nice actually. They look fantastic. That one's an auto. 7273 Triumph 2000 Mark II. That's very good. Mark 1 Stag 7273. And then a Triumph Toledo, two-door Toledo. I think the two doors were more common over here, but I can't remember exactly. My parents had one of these back in the 70s. 1971-72 plate. Triumph Spitfire 1500, 1978-79 OT. Very, very nice Dolomite 1500 HL, again with the sprint alloy wheels, which look good on these. This is a little bit later than the other one. That is 79-80 on a V. Triumph GT6 Mark II. They kept changing the rear suspension in these for reasons unknown to themselves. This is a more sophisticated system in here, and then for the Mark IIIs that came in about 1970, they went back to the original system. Triumph Vitesse convertible next to a Herald 1360. The Vitesse obviously by this stage is a 2-litre 6-cylinder engine. Both of them 68-69 on a G. I've done a walk around of the Vitesse. I've actually driven a 1360 Herald convertible, which was also a 68. That had a 1.5 engine in it though, and it went like the clappers. The brakes were not really up to the job, in my opinion. A bit scary. 76-77 Spitfire 1500. Again in this, what I think is mimosa yellow. Triumph 2500S Estate. Lots and lots of space and lots of luxury. 75-76 registration. Mark 1 Stag 1971-72, which is the same age as the one that I drove, although that's a manual, one I drove an automatic. Then we have a Triumph Acclaim CD from 1983. Yeah, you can tell it's a CD. We've got all the electric windows in it. That apparently has air conditioning as well, but I've never seen an Acclaim air conditioning before, so who knows. Spitfire Mark IV, 1973-74 on an M. 1974 Triumph Dolomite 1850, which I have driven actually. This very car, the chap who owns it's called Brian. He let me drive it in 2022. I think that was for the, let's get this right, 4-year channel anniversary. Yeah, the 4-year channel anniversary at 74. He's had that car for over 30 years. 1975-76 Triumph Stag. Not seen one in this colour before. That's a Mark II manual. SJWS. I think this will be a TR7 Sprint, won't it? It will be a 77. It is a shame that they didn't make them the standard. There's just a limited number of those around. TR-V8. Have we got one of these griddle body kits on this or something? But it's had a conversion to a 4.6 Rotor V8, this one. Interesting. Mark 1 Triumph 2.5 PI 1968-1969 registration. Then a Mark II GT6, but a very late one. This is obviously on a late registration because the Mark IIIs came in 1970, and that's a 172 plate. The gentleman who's into number plates, I think his name's John from memory. 69-70 Triumph Vitesse convertible. This is his, and those are boxes of number plate books. If you're into number plates, he knows all about them, more than anybody I've ever met in my life. 1972-1973 Triumph 2500. Very nice. 72-73 Stag with some very different front seats in there. Those aren't the standard ones, are they, at all? Definitely not. And then this 2000 Mark II Innsbruck 72-73. Right, I think we're on the final section now, viewers. That's exciting for all of you. Have we saved the best till last, viewers? We might have done, because this is the Maestro and Montego section. I'm very fond of Maestros and Montegos. This year is the 40th anniversary of the Montego, so here we go. How quickly we get round. 1994, a Montego 2-litre LXI estate, that is good. 1988 to 1989, Montego 2-litre EFI facelift. I think this is the MG version rather than the MG Turbo. 1985 to 86, Montego Vanden Plas. Oh, viewers, there's actually two of these here. This one's got the cloth interior, the other one's got the leather interior. We'll have to hold in my excitement a little bit later. The Montego Vanden Plas is just the best. They're the best of all variants of Montego and Maestros. Right, this white one we can't discuss. I just don't know what went down here anyway. We'll go on to the next one. That's better, a petrol one. 2-litre injection Countryman. 1993, 1994. This will have the injection engine in it as opposed to the O series carb, but some of the earlier ones. And we've got this one here. 1985-86 Montego 2-litre HL estate, very, very nice. Not as nice as that Vanden Plas there, viewers, but you know, we'll take it. Montego Turbo 1986-87 on a D. And then a very, very rare car, 1990 to 1991 Montego 2-litre GSI automatic. Yes please, viewers, we'll happily have one of those. Very, very nice. They replaced the Vanden Plas. This one, again, it doesn't have the leather interior, but you could get that, which I would like. Much earlier one here, 85, 86. I'll have to go down the side and the back, see what engine is in here. It'll be a petrol at this age, so we're okay. Can I read that? I think it says 1.6 HL. There we go, 1.6 HL, 1985. With the rear-facing seats. Excellent. 1984, 1985 Montego MG 2-litre EFI. Very, very early Montego here, one of the very first, 1984 only, on an A. With the Volkswagen gearbox in it, so makes that a 1.6. Yes, it is 1.6L. Then MG wheels on this one. We're going to have to be a bit careful here, Viz, we don't get suckered in. Oh, yes, please, a T-Series turbo engine one. That'll be fast, won't it? This is one of the facelifted Montego 1.6Ls. This is a 1989. Very, very nice indeed, viewers. And then I think we've got a pair of MG Maestro turbos here. This one's 89 to 90, this one 88 to 89. Superb. They have a lot of power, more power than an RS turbo at the time, and horrific torque steer, but they are fantastic. They're worth a lot of money now, the Maestro turbos. And then a very, very early Maestro, one of the very first, quite low specification, registered by Hannes of Yule in 1983. This is like a 1.3. It's just 1.3L. No passenger mirror. Can't talk about that. We move on to the next section. Rover 620 SLI automatic with a leather interior. This is like a Japanese specification one or something. It seems to have a lot more of the sort of features on it than those British ones. I thought the SLIs had a cloth interior. Anyway, just back to Toledo is leaving. We need to look at these 600s though, which are very nice. Right, 1997, 1998 Rover 600. It's had some accessories put on it.
I'll send you an email anyway. Lovely.
By this stage, from 1996, we've just badged a 600. So anyone you see after 96 with anything other than just a 600 badge on it, like this one, has had that put on by the owner. Personally, I prefer seeing the trim level on it, but they obviously cheapened out in that respect. This one probably is like a 618 or something like that. It's a very late one. There's that funny front end on that MGC GT thing. 1999-2000. That one, one of the very last ones. This looks very much like a 620 Ti to me, viewers. Which someone has put the badge on respectively, because it's a 99 car. Another one of these late 600s, maybe like an IL or an IS. That one has won awards. I'm not surprised about that. And then comparison with this earlier one here, 95-96, that will have on the back of it the specification. Yeah, 620i, sort of more basic one. And here is a car that, well, I have driven this before. This exact car. It's a 618i manual. I drove this in, I think, February 2023, if I remember, on no budget reviews. It was very, very nice indeed. This one here, another 600. $97.98 on an R, unless that's a personal plate. More Montego action, yes. We're working up, aren't we, to the best of the best. 1987 Montego 1.6 HL. Right, I'm not quite sure about the engine about estate, so we'll go on to this very, very nice pre-facelift, late pre-facelift turbo. 88, 89 on an F. And then yes, 1987 Montego 2-litre EFI Vanden Plave. I actually did a walk around of 2 years ago at this exact show. Hello, sir. Fine, make it back.
If you like.
It's looking just as nice as it was 2 years ago, and very kindly, the owner says I can look inside and show you the amazing interior with wood and leather. Unfortunately, we need to finish this row of cars, so we need to keep going. But if I had more time, we'd want to have a go in that. 87 Montego Turbo. Yes, is that 3 or 4 of the turbos here today? That's an awful lot of them. There's an awful lot of them here today. Very nice, yeah. 87, 88 on E for a pre-facelift one. Then we've got this, what was a third MG Maestro Turbo here. And then you can see all the engine bits in there. Then they get up to 150 horsepower. I think 152, I can't remember. Right, okay. 1 second, viewers. I think we're just going to check because we're right at the end now, so I don't want to slip up just before I've finished. That van is not to be talked about viewers, but this actually is a petrol one. 93, 1994, so one of the last Montego estates. Right, that's it. We've covered the entirety of the 2024 BMC Leyland show. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video in the comment below, and we shall see you again soon for even more incorrect information.